7 months of 2025 have flown by. There were months when Capricorn had to suppress every emotion just to keep moving forward toward new goals. But August is different. This is the moment when all crossroads begin to reveal themselves, forcing Capricorn to choose, keep enduring, or take a bold turn. From August 1st to 10th, Capricorn enters a zone of layered tension. It's not a sudden shock, but a series of impacts from unstable positions in the birth chart. Retrograde Venus gets squeezed between hard angles with Uranus and Chiron. Mars is caught in opposition with slow-moving planets, creating a sense of pressure, fatigue, and the urge to explode. Capricorn won't collapse, but will feel like pouring energy into too many things that no longer yield results. Work will be the first to take the hit. You may find yourself dragged into a directionless project or forced to meet a deadline for a plan you didn't agree with from the beginning. Your words are ignored. That feeling of effort without recognition turns silence into your only defense, because August marks a cycle of power recalibration. Major shifts in career, finances, and social dynamics. Challenges that force Capricorn to rise and stand for themselves. And even doors you thought were sealed shut may suddenly creak open. What you're about to hear isn't just a forecast, it's a survival map. To understand why everything is hitting at once and what you must do to not miss the golden chance buried inside the chaos. If you're facing a major decision, or if life is pressing you to make a shift, this video is made for Capricorn. For Capricorns in management roles, this is a period where internal conflict can easily erupt. Team members leave, plans get revised, budgets tighten. You're forced to make decisions, and with blurry information, and just one careless step can drag the whole system into a sluggish spiral until month's end. In personal life, retrograde Venus in the zone of past relationships brings unresolved issues back. You may receive a message from someone in your past, or unexpectedly stumble into a memory you never properly closed. Every emotional interaction in the first 10 days of August is prone to misunderstandings, emotional withdrawal, or irrational outbursts. For married Capricorns, this is when you'll clearly see the line between partnership and endurance. Your partner's still there, but you no longer feel like you're walking in sync. Money, children, work, everything pulls you in different directions. And if you don't speak up, isolation will quietly form right within your own home. Physically, weakened Mars energy may cause temporary burnout. You may slip into a state of fatigue, insomnia, or inexplicable exhaustion. This isn't illness, it's a clear sign. You're burning more than you can regenerate. Advice for this phase: don't make big decisions from emotional extremes. Don't expect others to understand what you've never truly voiced. Don't operate on autopilot. This is the time to observe where in your system the energy is leaking and conserve your strength before burning out over things that simply aren't worth it. The full moon on August 9th illuminates Capricorn's second house, the zone that governs finances, personal assets, self-worth, and core values. But this time, it comes hand in hand with Chiron, the planet of deeply buried wounds. And that places Capricorn in a rather uncomfortable position. You'll be forced to face things you believed were under control. From career to money, cracks begin to show. Some Capricorns may suddenly confront shifts in cash flow, delayed contracts, unstable income, clients changing payment terms. For business owners, this is when you realize a product that's been selling well may no longer fit the market or has already been replaced by a competitor. Salaried Capricorns may feel the pressure mounting. You receive your paycheck as usual, but everything around you is getting more expensive. You're placed in a situation where you must cut back, calculate more carefully, or even take on extra work just to maintain your current standard of living. The feeling of abundance that no longer comes from numbers, but from the strange realization that you're constantly running without knowing why. For some Capricorns, This full moon will also expose the imbalance in partnerships. You're carrying more weight in the relationship, contributing more, sacrificing more, but not receiving equal return. This underlying frustration could lead to difficult conversation or even ruptures. Beyond money, the second house also reflects self-worth. So this full moon is likely to activate scenarios where you feel undervalued. It could be a tactless remark from your superior. It could be silence when you needed acknowledgement. And suddenly you realize you've been trying to hold a stable image while internally running on empty. This is not a time to act impulsively, but it is absolutely a time to take inventory. What in your current life is making you feel like you've lost your sense of value? The full moon doesn't demand immediate change, but it casts a sharp light on what no longer fits. From career to finances to relationships, you'll see with clarity. Not everything familiar is still worth holding on to. From August 10 to 13, one of the luckiest and rarest aspects of the year occurs between Venus and Jupiter, the planets of connection, opportunity, and expansion. And for Capricorn, this cosmic alignment doesn't take place in a dreamy emotional zone, but in the seventh house, the realm of commitment, long-term relationships, and strategic partnerships. This event opens a special window in which serious relationships, both romantic and professional, can develop in breakthrough ways. For Capricorns already partnered, this is when big questions begin to surface. Should we make this relationship official? Should we move in together, start a family, or invest in property jointly? You may be invited to join a long-term project or be forced to confront the need to choose a path together with no more room for ambiguity or undefined intentions. Some Capricorns then will enter a clearer, more committed phase. But for those who've already sensed distance, Venus-Jupiter also acts as a spotlight to reveal, is your partner truly aligned with your vision? Or are you both clinging to something that's no longer right? In career matters, this is an excellent time for negotiations, contracts, and expanding your network. An unexpected offer may come from someone you never thought you'd work with, or a past collaborator might return, this time with better terms, greater investment, and genuine willingness to share risks and grow together. Yet every opportunity carries its challenge. You'll have to surrender some control to collaborate. You'll have to trust others more instead of doing everything alone. For single Capricorns, this alignment isn't just about meeting someone new. It's a moment when a past connection, someone who briefly crossed your path, could reappear in a completely transformed way. They were silent, now they're clear. And they ask, do we still have a chance? The answer won't come from emotions. It will come from whether you're ready to change how you enter relationships. Venus-Jupiter doesn't just offer an opening. They force you to reconsider who is the one you truly want to walk beside. And do you have the courage to choose them without needing to know everything for sure? This is a golden period for Capricorn to lay the foundation for a lasting connection. Whether in love or business, what matters isn't what you gain, but how you commit to making it endure. There are weeks when doing your part is enough, and then there are weeks like this one when you have to step forward. To take the lead, there's no more room to hide. From August 19th to 24, Capricorn enters the whirlwind of three major astrological events. Mercury retrograde, Mars in a tense square with Uranus and a full moon in Pisces, activating the zone related to possessions, transactions, and personal value. This is when everything you've been postponing starts demanding answers. No more plans, no more still considering. Everything shifts into a state of urgent resolution. For Capricorns, facing a deal, transfer, or purchase, this is when unforeseen complications may arise. Missing documents, a partner suddenly backing out. But most importantly, you must not panic, because this is a test of your composure and strategy. For Capricorns, working in corporate environments, especially in finance, investment, or real estate, this week could trigger a major shakeup in the system. People leaving, people being reassigned, people suddenly promoted without time to prepare. If you're the one being called upon to, don't avoid it. Opportunities like this don't come twice. Remember, Capricorn was born to carry weight, not to run from it. If you're living far from home or managing a family member's property, double-check bills, legal documents, and records. This is the week where past errors may surface or unexpected financial responsibilities may arise, possibly related to insurance, inheritance, or property. You may feel like, why is everything hitting me at once? But in truth, and this is a purification, a reset button from the universe to free you from the festering mess you've been trying to ignore. All you need to do is show up with full accountability. No escape, no judgment. Just action, like a true Capricorn. You are no longer allowed to repeat yourself. The universe is sweeping away the just safe enough calculations Capricorn tends to cling to. The new moon on August 23rd to 24 falls into your ninth house, the realm of law, education, belief systems, and global connections. But unlike ordinary phases of development, this time it's a turning point. A turning point that redefines your core beliefs. You may find yourself standing before a decision you never imagined. Should I accept a transfer to a branch overseas? Should I go back to school, even though I thought I was too old? Should I go public with a project I once deemed too crazy? It's no longer a question of if, but when. Because when the new moon lands in the ninth house, choices are no longer built on safety. They're built on growth. And growth is never comfortable. If you're a Capricorn who's chosen the stable path, this new moon will ignite an internal tension between what's familiar and what's calling you forward. This is not the time to pause and wonder, is this the right fit? This is the time to face a truth. You've come too far to turn back. In real terms, you may find yourself dealing with visa paperwork, scholarship forms, publishing documents, or important legal procedures. An international project might suddenly have your name on it. Or conversely, the legal dispute might force you to reevaluate your worldview. Don't be surprised if a foreigner or someone with academic influence suddenly plays a key role in your next step. This is the moment you must learn to listen, not to agree, but to update the version of yourself that's overdue for an upgrade. Because if you keep living by outdated coordinates, you won't fall behind in work, you'll fall behind in consciousness. The next 6 months will be marked by departures, but not from people, from a version of yourself that's expired. You might begin a study abroad journey, enroll in an advanced training, embark on a research trip, or simply, for the first time, write down what you've never dared to say. The question is no longer, should I go? The real question is, how long will you keep declining? What destiny is already prioritized for you? The new land is calling. And if you're brave enough to step forward, you'll realize nothing's far anymore, because you've arrived at yourself. From August 25th, there are phases in the year where all you can do is grit your teeth and endure. And there are phases when you're finally allowed to make a firm decision. The end of August is one such turning point for Capricorn. When Venus forms a trine with Saturn, your ruling planet, what once felt out of reach begins to materialize. This is no longer about dreaming of healing or waiting for a miracle. This is about legally binding signatures. It's the moment you sign the lease, reopen that suspended bank account, or finally complete the immigration paperwork that's been in limbo for months. A trine between Mercury and Chiron also brings an important signal. If there's someone you need to speak clearly with about money, family responsibilities, or legal obligations, then the end of August is the time to do it, without hesitation, without being hijacked by emotional chaos. Then, as Mars begins to stabilize, you'll no longer feel like you're racing against time. Everything slows down. But that's exactly why it becomes more solid. Projects that had stalled can start to move forward again. Partners who left you hanging now begin to respond. Relationships that once shattered might not return, but you no longer need them to. You're building a clear boundary now. This is my line. This is the new ground I will build my life upon. Financially, if you've been considering buying a small property, investing in long-term education, or pooling resources with a trusted family member, this is the time to move forward, step by step. Uranus, now active in an earth sign, Taurus, is starting to reveal its positive surprises, especially when you initiate change from thoughtful preparation rather than impulsive emotion. The end of the month also marks a realization. Not everyone is meant to go with you to the next chapter. A close person may take a different path. An offer you've been waiting for may never arrive. But that absence is actually the missing brick. You needed to reinforce your foundation. You don't need many companions. You only need the ones who truly show up when it matters. Capricorn doesn't need to be reborn. You simply need to restructure with systems, with depth, and with a commitment to yourself. The sky at the end of August is no longer stormy, but it is still teaching you how to build a lighthouse from the very stones you once thought were ruins. After all the cosmic shifts of August isn't the promise of a dazzling future, but the quiet realization. Everything's starting to click into place. No more forcing yourself to prove your worth. No more chasing something you can't quite define. August helps Capricorn see what matters most. It's not about trying harder. It's about choosing the right direction. The challenges at work aren't just hurdles, that they're opening up a new path, where Capricorn can step into a higher position with more voice, more presence. Relationships that no longer hold true will naturally fall away. And the ones who remain are those who truly recognize the quiet value Capricorn carries within. Money is no longer a draining race. It becomes a smart, minimal, but efficient strategy built on clarity and inner depth. With all of this, we hope this forecast serves as a reliable compass, helping Capricorn gain a broader perspective before making important decisions in August, to avoid unnecessary risks and to dare to seize opportunities that once felt out of reach. This channel has many more videos created just for Capricorn, on color frequencies that activate wealth and love, on how to optimize your destiny through each phase of the astrological cycle, and deep dive analyses of Capricorn's growth journey, all available for you to revisit anytime. If you're a Capricorn currently feeling torn between choices or facing challenges in career, finances, or relationships, I'll leave a comment saying I'm ready to change to connect with your aligned frequency. Don't forget to hit subscribe so you never miss the most detailed forecast designed especially for Capricorn, because every month the universe has a new message just for you.